Willkommen zurück. Schauen wir uns erstmal den Typen genauer an. Schlussfolgern.
The blow came from behind.
Okay. Er wurde auch beschossen.
The flesh is burnt around the bullet hole, over a wide area. He was shot at point-blank range, no doubt about it. A signet ring with a beaver on it. More went to MIT.
Ja, hier unten noch irgendwas. Sieht nicht so aus. Wenn das mal so ein bisschen smoother wäre, aber mit der Maus ist das gerade so ein bisschen grauenhaft. Okay, das sind seine Papiere.
Moore's driver's license.
Da ist noch ein bisschen Geld, sein Geldbeutel. Und ein Lineal neben den Geldschein. Und Notizen der Polizei. Was hier passiert ist. Für uns aber nicht so relevant. Mit das können wir zwar Spuren sehen, aber es wird gleichzeitig auch alles dunkler. Oh, schick.
My ship ended up at the bottom of the sea as well, like my other lives.
Ja. Haben wir was über deine Vergangenheit erfahren? Alte Waffen. So.
One of the weapons is missing.
Da fehlt eins.
Come on. It'll pass. Don't worry.
Ja.
The apartment has changed since my last visit.
Okay, gehen wir erstmal hier hin. Dem geht's nicht so gut.
There are bloodstains on the garbage chute.
Das heißt, da wurde was runtergeworfen.
Ugh, what a stench.
Leichensäcke.
You'll need to ask the concierge how to get to the parking garage. He's the one who sent my colleagues down.
Are you all right?
Yeah, just a little faint.
I was expecting it, but then... give me a minute, and I'll head back.
The sight of blood. We've all been there, haven't we?
No. There are bloody prints on these bags.
Ja, jede Menge Spuren.
When I knew him, he took better care of himself. What's going on with him?
Blitzer, Feuer. Das ist ein Bulle. Polizist.
Hurry up. We need something, guys.
I'll finish you and I'm on my way. Why is the FBI interested in Moore?
His name came up in several financial investigations we're working on.
Tja,
Looks like Lydia's planner. Lydia's life seems to revolve around June and her home in Costa Rica, with Jason often absent.
okay. Die Berichte haben wir noch nicht gefunden. Das ist der Caregiver. Da geht es noch nach oben. So, gucken wir nochmal, ob wir hier... Ah, da ist gar nichts. Hier geht's raus.
Somebody slept here.
Ja, er wahrscheinlich.
What a mess. Nobody's done the cleaning in ages.
Irgendwas stimmt mit dem Typen nicht. Ja.
I have to question him.
He's still freaked out. I don't think it's the right time.
Mr. Adams?
No. This can't be happening. What a nightmare. So much blood.
I've got a few questions.
I tried to help him. I told him we should call 911. I told him.
Ja, das gewinnen wir zu 100%. Das machen wir.
Sir, listen to me. It's all right. Calm down. You're safe and you did the right thing.
I did the right thing.
I need you to answer a few questions for me.
Yes, of course. What do you want to know?
Ja. Tochter.
I imagine the girl left with her mother?
Not at all. It was the start of the school year, and Mrs. Moore left 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen her since Monday, when Mr. Moore took her to school on the first day. She must be staying with a friend. Poor little thing. Thank heaven she wasn't here.
Did you know Mr. Moore well?
We weren't friends, if that's what you're asking. But we got to know each other. With time. He was a creature of habit. Since he worked late, he would often ask me for things at night. A newspaper, batteries, ice. I think he asked me for just about everything. I prided myself on always being able to get what he needed, no matter what time it was. You'd have thought he pretty much lived after dark.
Like his clients. Did Mr. Moore have many visitors?
For a man with his status, it was nothing surprising. But, well...
Yes?
His visitors mostly came in the middle of the night. I must admit that's a little unusual.
That's what working for us is like.
He told me he had a lot of foreign clients, and he had to juggle different time zones. That's what working from home is like. He had colleagues over for late-night meetings, too. But since little June was born, not as many people came around.
That was wise. Did he have any enemies that you were aware of?
No, he was a very respectable man. No bad company or anything.
Except for us.
Irgendwelche Feinde hat man immer.
Without
so
any disrespect to the
mächtig ist.
deceased, were you aware of any extramarital affairs he may have had?
Mr. Moore was a good man. He would never have disrespected his wife, or even contemplated it, I'm sure.
She could have been okay with it. There were no young women coming and going.
That's a very inappropriate question. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay.
Do you know his bodyguards?
Yeah, there's Jack, James, and Wu. But you won't hear me singing their praises.
Why not?
Oh, they're good at strutting around and acting tough when everything is going well. But where were they tonight? Can you tell me that? That was their job, right? They were paid to protect him.
Tja, irgendwie...
What do you mean by acting tough?
More than once I overheard them talking to Mr. Moore, like they were his boss. The world upside down.
They worked for us, just like your dear Mr. Moore.
I hope they won't find another job anytime soon.
Ja.
Do you know his wife?
Mrs. Moore is a model resident. She always has something nice to say to the staff, and is the first to welcome new neighbors, too. A true lady.
Ja, zu viel.
Do you know where she is?
Mr. Moore told me she'd gone to their home in Costa Rica. She goes there pretty often. She's an architect, and she likes to work in her home country. She has family there.
Do you think anyone could have been so angry with her that they could have taken it out on her husband?
Oh, no. I don't think so. It's true that lots of people could have been jealous of her. But not to that point.
Ja. Das wäre zu riskant, zu viel. Einfach weiter.
Tell me about the evening again, please. What happened tonight?
Mr. Moore left with his 3 bodyguards earlier in the evening. One of them got in the car, and Mr. Moore came down around midnight.
And then?
They came back around 2 a.m. Mr. Moore was limping. He was leaning on one of his bodyguards, and he was bleeding.
Was he injured?
I told him I could call an ambulance or a doctor, but he didn't answer. I went closer to insist, but Wu told me they were in control of the situation, that it was no big deal. They went upstairs, and I saw drops of blood in front of the elevator. I told myself they were being unreasonable. What did those 2 goons know about it? So I called Mr. Moore on the internal line several times.
Did he pick up?
Not once. So I went upstairs and rang the doorbell, but nobody answered. So I went back down to the front desk and I called you.
Tiefgarage.
The lieutenant told me there was an access to the basement.
Yes, using the service elevator through the kitchen. You need a magnetic pass to use it. I gave the spare to your colleagues who wanted to go down there. I still have the original. Do you want it?
Please.
Okay, danke.
Thank you for your statement.
You have to find out who did this, officer. Justice needs to be done for him. And for his family.
And we need to find out who's messing with us. That's what we're here for. You can count on us. Stick around in case we have more questions.
Tja, wahrscheinlich kannst du von ihm sogar mehr Hilfe erwarten als von der Polizei, die hier vor Ort ist.
Jason, Lydia, and June. A little family all together. And in large format. June, who looks more like Jason than Lydia.
Tja.
Lydia, radiant and beaming. Jason, proud of his family and his success.
Proud.
They wanted to bring a little vacation back home.
Tja, bevor wir den Fahrstuhl nach unten nehmen, gucken wir natürlich überall anders erstmal. Oh, das hier ist ein Gartenraum.
That must remind him of Costa Rica. It's a whole way of life there. Slow down and enjoy things, in contrast to Jason's life.
Ja, sonst ist hier nichts. Oh, hier nochmal rein. Nur ein Badezimmer. Und dann einmal draußen gucken hier. Oder indoor draußen.
A real jungle in the heart of Boston. A truly peaceful oasis. Why were you looking for peace, Jason?
Tja, spielt er mit dieser Puppe. Oder dem Teddy.
I warned you, Jason. God, did I warn you? We destroy all that we touch.
Tja. Okay, gehen wir einmal hier hoch.
Moore's ambition could have made him one of our own. Instead, we made him our slave.
Ja, da können wir durch. Wir haben ja die Magnetkarte. Da ist einer der...
This is where I met Moore for the first time.
Son of a bitch wasn't messing around. Have you seen all that cash?
There's a retainer here somewhere.
Ein Retainer. Bediensteter.
The mayor's deeds.
Die Tür ist zu, aber wir können die aufmachen. Gucken wir gleich rein. Warum können wir damit nicht interagieren?
Portfolios of old shares. Portfolios of old shares.
Ja.
A Boston manufacturer's files.
Das ist zwar schön und gut, aber das ist nichts, was uns weiterhilft. So, da geht's noch weiter hoch.
A souvenir from the Hong Kong Stock Exchange.
Ja, das sind alte Münzen hier. So, hier liegt noch Papiere. So, Renovierung und Erwerb des Grundstücks. Nicht das, was wir suchen.
Human logic is beyond me. What's the point in doing that?
Tja, what's the point?
Nice collection. Working for us has its advantages.
Geld aus unterschiedlichen Gebieten. Tja,
Lydia and June at the beach.
ein Schlüssel für sein Archiv.
A safe. Now we just have to find the code.
Da ist der Safe. Benötigte Akten. Die Frage ist, wo ist der Code?
Lydia and June at the beach.
Ja, Technologie bringt uns nicht viel. Wir haben hier auf jeden Fall 4 Tasten. Also wir wissen schon mal, welche Tasten wir brauchen. Aber nicht in welcher Reihenfolge. Alte Münze. Willenskraftpunkte. Naja, vielleicht finden wir sein Passwort ja noch raus. Wir haben ja noch nicht alles untersucht hier.
It was my greatest pleasure before. Now everything tastes like ashes.
Magnetschlüssel. Technologiewert um 1.
Officer Baker, can I help you?
Were you the first person to arrive at the scene of the crime?
Yes, sir. My partner and I were the first to get here.
Just tell me about it.
We got the call around 2:20. The caretaker had called because a resident was injured. It took us about 20 minutes to get here. The poor guy was in a panic. He told us he'd seen one of the tenants, Jason Moore, enter the building, and he looked hurt. He was being held up by his 2 bodyguards, and he was bleeding a lot.
Ja, wenn er hinter einem steht und mit einem spricht, ist er ziemlich leise.
Did he see the wound?
Yeah, he said the victim was holding his right hip. So I went upstairs with the caretaker. We saw blood in the elevator and on the landing. I rang the doorbell, but nobody answered, so the caretaker opened the door. I identified myself. There were traces of blood leading down the hall away from the entrance, and just after that, I found the decapitated body.
Did your partner come with you?
No, he stayed in the foyer to secure the entrance to the building.
Where was the caretaker during that time?
I told him not to come inside, but he followed me. When he saw the corpse, he was really shaken. He wouldn't let go of me.
Then what did you do?
I called for backup. They told me that forensics would get here as soon as they could. They were out at another case, that was their top priority.
After that?
I secured the entrance to the apartment.
Were you able to find the bodyguards?
No, there was nobody here. But they must be somewhere. We're looking. After that, I searched the ground floor. There was nobody around. But from the looks of things, somebody searched the apartment. When Sergeant Lehane got here, she took care of upstairs. It's a good thing, too, because it took everyone else another 15 minutes to get here. She didn't find anyone there.
So there's no sign of the family then?
Nothing. The place is empty.
Ja,
If you remember anything else, let me know.
Of course.
anything else? Tja, das...
5 stock prices. I had fun for a while too. At first.
Das war wohl sein Arbeitsplatz hier. Tja, ziemlich großer Bereich, den wir hier untersuchen. Machen wir mal wieder. Okay, sicherer Bereich hier. Vertrauliche Akte. Dayan Siaka. So, kein aktives Mitglied. Er kommt regelmäßig, um Geld zu waschen. Tja. Viel Text.
Dijon, Are you making plans in case things go south? Or are you planning to leave us? I understand better now. The prince asked more for a complete report on the members of the Primogen.
Einen haben wir schon mal.
An auction. Acquisition of Lot 87. Dejan Siaka. A trumpet belonging to Don Ellis.
Okay, mehr ist hier offenbar nicht. Wir bräuchten noch das Passwort. Haben wir aber noch nicht, also... Tja. Was liest die da eigentlich?
Have you found anything?
I'm going through the financial records. Moore managed the accounts for a lot of big names in Boston. Here, take a look for yourself.
Jara.
Anything worth noting?
Honestly, I don't know. It's not my field. We'll have to take it to the Financial Crimes Unit to see what they make of it.
Are you Lahane?
Yes, sir. Agent Smith, was it?
Yes. You were the first person to respond to Baker's call?
That's correct, sir.
You got here well before your colleagues, didn't you?
Oh, that. Yes. I was on patrol in the neighborhood, while they had been called away on another case.
All right.
Ihre Augen.
Get in touch if you find something.
All right.
Ihre Augen gerade. Als würden die gleich rausfallen. Okay. Tja, beim nächsten Mal schauen wir uns hier weiter um. Bis dann.